views and opinions of this program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Kingdom podcast. The show might include strong images and language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
This episode of the Kingdom Podcast is brought to you by The Bunk Collective.
It's scary to even think about this show. Through hell or high water amidst the variety of challenges, and after 8 years of doing what we do best, one thing united us all. One show ruled them all. When you played the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground.
Wait a second. I think you got the wrong kingdom. Do you even know what happens on the show?
I was not prepared for that story that you're about to tell.
Are they the inevitable next nations group?
Not when they're handled by JYPE.
When a boy group idol is seen with like a girl group idol, a lot of people like suddenly here like dating, and then fan sites are gonna start closing down.
Yeah.
You know, all those stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand why.
Interacting with 60 different countries around the globe and listened to by thousands from the Philippine archipelago, The Voice is back for Season 2. Fearless, better, stronger, and boy does he enjoy the grind.
They're gonna be like, oh my god, let me sit on that. Like, OMG, no, stop.
We talk about what other K-pop shows are fucking afraid to talk about.
People will get invested only to know that they will disband. Because, everyone gets old at some point and they can't always be an idol.
Just because you love someone, that's not how they grow, right?
That's right.
You need to give it to them straight. You need to be honest.
From personal matters to all the juicy stuff, no holds barred.
They're like, oh, I don't trust multis because I don't
Unfollow.
Okay, muted. Got you.
Broadcasting live from Manila, Philippines at the TKP Studios. This is the revelation that is the Kingdom Podcast, Season 2, with your host, the baddest SOB in K-pop podcasting history, the king himself, The Voice, DJ Yuki.
I'm the guy where when this trend TikTok started, I'm kind of the guy where this is not gonna, this is not gonna go big. I mean, it's very different when it comes to like Vine and stuff, and a lot of people would definitely see Vine as the OG, the original thing that social media influencers are doing, and then started watching like a lot of videos on YouTube, and they're all compilations from TikTok, right? So that's what happened with me at one point. Then I kept on thinking, dude, why am I watching all of my videos on YouTube and they're all on TikTok? And just download the app. At least, when I have the app, I would get all of my videos in real time, new videos every day, every second, every minute, and that's super cool. So I downloaded TikTok, and I gotta say, fucking A, I am addicted as F. And I don't know about you guys, and I believe that when it comes to K-pop, TikTok is really, the bee's knees when it comes to supporting your artists, and a lot of K-pop artists are there as well. So I want to welcome everyone to the Kingdom Podcast Season 2, brought to you by Anchor.fm and The Bunk Collective. Man. Okay, let me tell you a story before I introduce our guest. And this is not to suck up on her or anything, but prior to the guesting, our team, the podcast team says, hey, it's like, want to get like a TikTok influencer? And it was like, yeah, sure, like I have an idea. Then this girl pops up in my head almost instantaneously. Hey, can we get her? It's like, hey, we're kind of shy doing that because it's like super big on TikToks and we don't want to get embarrassed by her saying no. So, Yuki, can you do it? It's like, shit. Why am I supposed to? I'm the producer. I'm the host. Like, come on, guys. Kind of email her. I feel like she's totally fine. And then no one wanted to do it. So there I was. It's like, hey, what's up? We're a podcast based in the Philippines and whatnot. You want a guest? And luckily, she said yes, and she is one of the most she's the most funny TikTok influencer I have seen when it comes to K-pop, and it's just super great that she's here. And you should basically watch her videos. Super cool. Please welcome on the show for the first time, and hopefully not the last. This is Mel. Hi, Mel.
Hi,
Mel. How are you doing,
God.
love?
I'm doing great. Oh my gosh, you talked me up so well, but no, I'm really not that great.
I don't think like I talk you up so well. I think that I just talk too much.
No,
Mel, this is fantastic. Thank you so much for doing this. I mean, really, sincerely, we did not expect that you'd answer to us. I mean, freaking A, like, do you have any idea how big you are on TikTok? Like, especially here in the Philippines. A lot of people follow you here.
actually, I think like the Philippines is one of my biggest one of my biggest followings actually come from the Philippines.
It is insane how when I scroll down Facebook, right, and then a random friend shares your video. And I get that every day, scroll 3 or 4 times, and then, oh, look, it's Mel. And then, another 5, and then, shit, it's Mel again. It's like, what is happening here? It's like a Mel invasion. Friggin' A. It's so good. How... Look, Mel, I am floored with the amount of followers that you have. You're probably the guest that we have, the first guest that we have that has this many followers. And we've been doing this for a while. So I wanted to ask you, I wanted to get to know you a little bit better, obviously. So I wanted to ask you, how did this happen? Who gave you the idea?
I guess when I first started on TikTok, I didn't expect people to start following me. I think the first K-pop related video I did was slightly less than a year ago.
Right.
Yeah, and it was a random video that I wanted to put on TikTok because I usually did in the past I did videos on Instagram, and a lot of my friends don't really know about K-pop that much. They probably know 1 or 2 groups, but they're not very big fans of K-pop.
Sure.
So I put that one video. I think it was a video of a POV. You asked me what groups of what K-pop groups I like, and I put it on TikTok, and I didn't expect it to have to go viral over one night.
What was the first TikTok video you've ever posted? Do you still remember?
I think the first video I posted was for school actually.
For school, so it's non-K-pop related
it
whatsoever.
It was not related to K-pop at all. It was a random video.
Oh, that's awesome. Did that get a lot of views too, or
no? That got 10 views.
See, this is what's really awesome, right? You start TikTok and you feel like you're not really, you're just doing it for fun, right? And then you get a viral video, which is, I'm probably going to ask you that later on. You get a viral video, and then it's boom, it becomes it blows up, and then you get a good number of following, and you get to that 100 followers, and then you're really excited. And if you look back on it, I would assume that when you look back on oh, look at me, look, 100 new followers in a day, that's super cool. And then you get thousands every day. Thousands more. So, I guess you if you look back at it, it's kind of cute when you reminisce on when you started TikTok, and then look where you are now. Friggin' A. Almost 250,000 solid. That's nuts, Mel. That's insane.
Actually, yeah, I think it's yeah, when I think about it, then I think like, oh, that's actually really cool that so many people really like the videos that I like to make.
And you one of my favorite videos that you do is when you how you say, when you change, sometimes when you change your outfits, because you don't get to just change out. Like I can show you an example, but I have to scroll down because that was a long time ago. But that was the first video that I saw of you, where this is if I were a K-pop idol, this is what I would wear like at the airport, and then
yeah.
yeah, you know that video, right? And then
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, that totally makes sense. So, and then I started scrolling down your what do you call it in TikTok? Is it still timeline?
I guess it's called timeline.
Yeah, I guess it's called your timeline, right? And then I started watching all of your videos and and then it's like super cool, and it's like I just had to get you on the show. I had to. So, I mean, wow, Mel, sincerely, thank you so much. I guess you can say I'm starstruck, in a sense, because
Oh my
like I
gosh,
said,
I don't think I'm of that level for
no,
you to get
sincerely,
starstruck.
it's just like it's insane how we got you to guest here on the show, and like how you're very proactive when it comes to responding to us. So again, I just want to say thank you. That's gonna be my last thank you, at least for the next couple of minutes. So you don't have to worry.
I guess I have to thank you too, like for taking the time to actually talk to me about this, because I love talking about K-pop in general.
Yeah, speaking of K-pop, Mel, when did you start? I want to get to know you a little bit better. So, when you started being a K-pop fan, when was that? Who was your first group? Like, what was your first purchase for K-pop? Like, yeah, can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I actually got into K-pop in 2017. So like I think like that like was pretty late for me as like to get
Mm-hmm.
into K-pop, because K-pop is actually pretty big in my country. Like I come from
Yeah,
Singapore.
yeah,
So
really big.
like growing up, a lot of people like around me like K-pop, but I never thought I would get into K-pop, because I used to be more of like a One Direction fan.
Ah, okay, yeah,
Yeah, so like I didn't really listen to K-pop. I listened more like to pop music instead.
yeah,
And only like in 2017, when I think BTS they had a performance at the AMAs,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, oh, what is this? What's this group? It can't be good, right? So I clicked on the link and I was like, oh my gosh, why are they so they're like they can sing, they can dance, they can do everything, and they're like good looking too. And I
Oh,
think that
who's
was
that
what started
Pokemon in
it
the
off.
AMAs? Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, it was that one video that made me like get like super interested in K-pop. Like when I was like, whoa, wait, why are they so good? Like I didn't expect them to be that good.
Right. Yeah. So safe to say, Mel, that BTS is your bias group.
I would say like they are like the first group that got me into K-pop, but I have multiple groups that I like
You
that are my
stand. Yeah.
faves.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what are the groups right now? Like your top 3 groups right now that you follow?
I would say NCT.
Hell yeah, and Citizen right here. Who else?
I also closely follow like EXO.
Oh wow, wow. Yeah, you're kind of late in the party. So
Yeah, I
okay.
think like for
Mhm.
EXO, it's like I still support them a lot, but they're not really active as a group anymore, because a lot of them are like serving the nation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, in the military, most of them. So okay, so you have NTT, EXO, and then like who's your top 3? Do we have any girl groups there?
Actually, for girl groups, I would say like I casually like support a lot of them. Like I would listen
Yeah.
to all their music, but like I don't really keep up that closely with their content, I
Ah,
guess.
okay. So you're more into the music and not really into the, variety shows, music shows, etc., etc.
E- I would say like I would still watch like some of them, like for like groups like Twice. Like Twice is my favorite girl group.
Okay.
And like I had like a period where I like watched all their variety shows, but
Holy crap.
after a while like I started liking other groups more, I guess. So like I would say that they're like still one of my favorites, but it's not like in my top 3. I would
Okay,
say, because
who's your third then?
actually, as of right now, I would have to say SF9.
Oh wow, look at you, the
Yeah.
underdogs.
Yeah, like I like it was so random that I suddenly like liked SF9, because my sister's a really big fan of them.
Oh, that's interesting. You know, like you're rooting for the underdogs, which is super cool because SF9 is, I think that talent-wise they're really up there. It's just that they're not really getting the attention that you wanted them to get, like as far as being a fan goes, and that goes for a lot of groups, right? I mean, I'm a big Mamamoo fan, and it took a while it took a while for Mamamoo to get the following that they currently have.
Yes.
So. And
it's like I think for groups like that, you will really want to like support them even more because like you feel like
they were so much more. Yeah, I mean sincerely. Yeah, but I feel that, and I say this a lot on the podcast. I feel like Mamamoo is the best performing group right now.
Yes, I think that they're really good at performing. Like I once saw them live, and we were like,
"Wow, have you?"
Yes, like when I went for like exchange in Korea, like I did a semester of school in Korea, and like I went for a lot of concerts then.
Wow. Okay, so you know a bit of Korean.
I would say like enough to help me travel around, but I'm definitely not fluent in it.
That's fair. Like enough to get you like a week or a month, like in Korea, like properly.
Like, be able to like order food, to get around, to ask for directions.
That's right. Yeah. That's fair.
But I still won't be able to understand like K-dramas without subtitles. Like I will.
Oh wow. So yeah, you're one of them. Here in the Philippines, we have to wait for subs because I just feel that the Korean
subs. Like I can't understand it without the subs.
Oh man, I feel just like the Korean language is just so difficult to understand. Although it's alphabet, right? There's an alphabet.
Yeah.
And I can read Korean, I just can't speak it.
Same. Like I can read the characters. But
yes, that's right. Yeah,
but I would have to like voice it out and be like, "What is this?"
That's right. So and you have like a broad idea on. Okay, so this is a hospital. It looks like a hospital. It says here that it's a hospital. So things like that. So I guess I can.
You gotta make the rest of it out from like body language.
That's right. Yeah. So, oh look, an ambulance. Oh look, like there's a patient right there. Oh, it's a hospital. So I guess like I can go by for like a week in Korea with like no supervision whatsoever. But if it's gonna be like more than that, I have to learn the language.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people there don't speak English, so I think it's necessary to like if
I mean for sure
stay there for a long time, you would have to pick up Korean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you started back in 2017 with BTS, and now you're an Citizen, you're an EXO-L. What's the fandom name for SF9 again? Fantasy. Oh wow, that's a really good name though. I like that name. Because we had a topic like on a previous episode, like the best fandom names basically, and I mean, N Citizen was in my top 3 because it's
actually I love
witty.
the fan name N Citizen. Like when I first heard it, I was like shocked at how like smart it was.
Right. I mean, it's very witty, right? I mean, it's well thought, and you're a citizen of NCT, or basically, you're kind of like this collective name that stand NCT. So like, it's super cool, and plus NCT is a really popular and very talented group in K-pop right now. I'm looking forward to them, but under SM, you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
There's something wrong there. So.
I don't think they are the best at managing their artists.
Yeah, especially now. Like we can probably talk about it when it comes to EXO. At one point, I think EXO was the turning point, right? EXO and Red Velvet probably, because when EXO and Red Velvet, were promoting and stuff, like they were super fine. Especially EXO. EXO at one point, nation's boy group, right? It's like everyone knew of EXO. Everyone, or like around the world and stuff, everyone knew of them, and then. I don't know, like something like BTS happened, and then it's like it's just way too different when it comes to the scene. So, yeah, I mean, still good shit, friggin' A. Yeah. Let's get to a commercial break first, Mel, and then we'll talk about K-pop and TikTok, and I gotta know more of that from you, like because I have TikTok, and then I don't really post videos. If you like, I have like 3 videos, right? I have 3 videos of me and my girlfriend, and 1 with my workmate, and then that's it. So it's like I don't really have, I can't think of content to post on TikTok that a lot of people have already done. At least when it comes to K-pop podcasting, there's still a lot of K-pop podcasting out there, but not a lot that would like to talk about what we talk about here. So I guess that's my edge. And when it comes to TikTok, like I just feel like I can't be original for anymore because everyone's doing like what everyone's doing, and you get to like a certain idea when it comes to originality, and then it's like shit. Like a few minutes later, after you post it, everyone's doing it already. So
yeah, the trends come and go really, really fast.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a new trend every month, which is like super cool if you think about it. At least for me, when I look at content in TikTok, like I find it really cool that look, there's a new song that you can dance this month, and then next month it's gonna be like a different song. So, pretty cool. Friggin' A, good stuff. Let's get to our first commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more of Mel and more of the Kingdom Podcast Season 2. Don't go away, guys.
Hey everyone, Mo Twister here. Just as long as my guy Yuki here is talking about Jenny Kim, then I'm all over this podcast. You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
We are Bunk Collective, and we are podcasts that'll shake the podcast industry. No, wait, that's over-promising. We are Bunk Collective, and we're here to define meaningful storytelling. Nah, doesn't feel right. We are Bunk Collective, and we're here to make meaningful moments. Scratch that. You know what? Let's just say it like it is. We are Bunk Collective, podcasts that came to play.
A bunch of playful and creative people telling our stories on our own terms.
No matter your type of podcast, there's a ton to play with.
And there's a lot more joining the collective real soon.
So press play and play with us.
We're here to give you a good time.
Nag-uulat mula sa shore na kasing Pretty Ko.
Bringing you the latest and greatest.
And diving deep into the cool waters
of BLs and GLs.
And every kind of love there is.
We are the Shippers. Sail with us as we watch our favorite queer love stories.
And update you about the latest every week. Kaya tara, sakay na as we sail the open seas.
With new episodes Mondays and Wednesdays on all major podcast streaming platforms.
Sakay na you. Let's go.
You are listening to the Kingdom Podcast. All our episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and on Anchor.fm. Your weekly dose of K-pop is now back.
Welcome back to the podcast. You can go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all in one name at The Kingdom Pod PH. We also have our website being set up, so you can go to thebunkph.com/The Kingdom Pod PH for that as well. And again, this will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of your favorite podcasting platforms. You're still with me, Yuki, with Mel here on TikTok. Mel, where can we find you? Can you tell us like what your socials are so that we can find out where we can follow you? Is it all in one name as well?
Yeah, they're all Tacomels. Like I use that for all my platforms.
Okay, where did that come from? Like what is Tacomels?
Actually, it's a really dumb story on why my name is Tacomels. I think it went back when I was like still in school, and everybody was coming up with like Instagram was like a big thing in like my school. So like everyone wanted to have like a cool name for like that Insta handle, and like I was like trying to think of a pun to do with my name, and at first I did it like Jingle Mel, but like
oh my god.
Yeah, like so I was like thinking like, oh, that's like a cool name. So it was like Jingle Mel for a long time until people started telling me like they thought that my Chinese name was Jingle, because
Jingle, okay.
like when you write it out, it looks like Jingle Mel. So I was like, wait, but so like they thought they didn't think that it was like they didn't like associate it to be Jingle. So I had to change it into like something else, and I thought for really long, and I was like, oh my god, Taco Mel. Yeah,
that's so good. Yeah, I mean it's pretty witty if you think about it. It's like it's super funny. So Tacomel, that's the so now for everyone that doesn't know, and if you follow Mel on TikTok, that's where where it originated from. Tacomels.
Yeah.
So okay, what's with Shrek's wife though?
I think like when I first started TikTok, like I okay, for me personally, I really like Shrek as a show.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I
that's
mean that good movie, good movie.
like right
Yeah.
off the bat, like Shrek is like my favorite like
Animated
movie
movie?
of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
I wouldn't
wow,
even say
really?
animated
All time.
movie, my favorite movie. Yeah, like I watch it whenever like I'm sad or anything. Like it's a very impactful movie to me. Yeah.
So you listen to So You Say What's the Problem, Baby? You know, that's your sound.
Like, I really love Shrek. Like I had a Shrek
Yeah.
themed birthday party.
Holy
like when I was
crap.
right
Really?
before COVID hit. Yeah.
Wow, that's super cool though.
Not to my friends, because I forced everyone to dress up like a Shrek character.
So I assume you're Fiona, right? You're Princess Fiona.
Yeah, so I was Fiona. Then I made everybody come as a Shrek character, or they'll be denied entry to my party.
I would love like did anyone go as Donkey? Please tell me someone went as Donkey.
Like no one actually like Donkey was too difficult, so everyone just like there were only a few options that people went as because they wanted easy characters. to
Right,
do.
right. Yeah. So did someone go as Shrek then?
Yes, like my friend came as Shrek.
Good
And like so
stuff.
she wore like the Shrek mask and she dressed up like in
She?
this outfit.
She, a girl.
Yeah, a girl.
What the hell? And when was this? When was this happening? Like it's your birthday how many years ago?
It was right before COVID, so like in 2019.
Jesus, you're a grown woman already and you had like
Yeah.
a Shrek themed party?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is scary and impressive at the same time. That's insane. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Shrek, friggin' A. Okay, so Mel, I gotta ask you, right? You're big in TikTok, and you know you do a lot of videos. You post a lot of videos and whatnot. I assume that you've tried a lot of trends in TikTok, right?
Yeah.
There are different trends every month, and then of course there are K-pop trends, right? I wanted to ask you, regardless, like you can probably give me a K-pop and a non-K-pop answer, right? Can you tell me what trends you tried at one point, and what was the hardest to do?
I would say like there are like different trends almost every day. Like
Right, yeah.
every day a new trend will pop up. So like I think like I would do whatever like seems interesting. Like if I'm like scrolling on like my For You page and I see like, oh, this seems like I have like a stupid idea that I want to do for this particular trend, then I would like try it out, I guess.
Yeah.
But like I always saw like doing trends as like a filler kind of content.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting to look at. Yeah. Mhm.
Like because I honestly think that like I prefer making like original kind of content like that's not really related to any like current trends.
Okay.
That
So
makes
yeah,
sense.
you're that type where look, I don't want to follow trends that much. It's not because like I find them horrible. It's just that like I want to
I
try
prefer making like
original stuff.
like other videos like that are not based off like what's currently like trending.
Oh yeah, well, freaking A. So where do you find the inspiration to do that? Because I like that has to be one of the most difficult things that you can think about.
I guess like because like I think it's actually more difficult to do trending videos because like there's so many people doing like a current trend, right?
Right. Mhm.
So it's like for you to do that trend very well, it needs to be like a very amazing idea for it to be like way better than anyone else's like idea for that trend.
Yeah.
So I would
Okay.
say like that's why I personally think like it's easier to make like content that is not currently like something that everybody else is doing because if let's say like oh there's already 5,000 people using this audio and they're doing this current trend, then you have to be like as good as like the people doing the current trend like
That's
for
right.
your video
Yeah.
to do well. Yeah, so I think like if you're doing something different, then there's no like comparison. There's no like direct comparison, I guess.
I get what you mean. Yeah, there's some sort of pressure there if you follow a trend where a lot of people have already been doing it. And then
Yeah.
it's like if you post it, like, it's a hit or a miss, right? And obviously you're going to know that you're going to get like a lot of people looking at it because, that's the current trend, but at the same time, like, you would get that sort of pressure where okay, someone else has, is doing this. Like a lot of people are doing this. Like who has it best? So
Yeah.
I guess making original content rather is a bit more easier when it comes to, I guess the mental pressure that you have in yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Good stuff. So okay, so what was the hardest trend that you did?
Hardest trend.
Mhm.
I would say like I can't think of something that is like particularly difficult. Like, because to me, like TikTok, like I wouldn't do a trend if I think it was too difficult. Since like TikTok is just like I still treat TikTok as like just something that I do for fun.
Yeah, but you're earning. I mean, right? I mean, that's super cool. Which is like, if you look at things like that, it's like this is still for fun and and all in all, but I'm getting something out of it in turn. So, kind of, it's still an investment if you look at it, right? I mean, social media, like influencing and stuff.
I guess like I think like
Mm-hmm.
because like TikTok is not my job. It's like
I mean, yeah, for sure.
definitely like I try not to put like pressure on myself in that sense. Like if I can like get a brand to work with me on TikTok, then that would be like great. But at the same time, it's not like my main priority. So I guess like the most difficult thing is like if I need to like work with a brand that like I don't think is that in line with whatever I have to
That's
like
right.
whatever
Yeah.
my current content is.
Yeah.
So like for that usually like I would try to pitch like ideas that really like I think sit well like and like seem more organic with like whatever videos I'm already trying to make. So I guess that's like the most difficult part. That's,
Yeah, I mean, for
I don't know
sure.
if that's, like, answering like the question.
No, that's right. Yeah, I mean, totally, I agree with you. It makes sense, Like, if you're into K-pop and then and then a brand reaches out, hey, look, I sell lawnmowers. It's like, okay, I mean, cool, you sell lawnmowers, but that's not really, what my followers would probably look at as interesting. So yeah, that totally makes sense. I mean, it has to be in line with what you're providing, right? If you look at it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, good stuff. Bring an A. Okay, so it's almost been a year since your first video went viral, or since you really started TikTok?
I think it's like since I started like posting pretty regularly, it's been almost a year. Yeah.
So, what was the first viral video that you had? Can you tell us? Like the idea behind it, what was going through your head when it went viral and stuff?
Okay, so there's this like in the past I would like make songs for my friends like on their birthday. Like so like
Right.
my favorite thing to do for my friends is like to make them like a diss track or like something like
diss
basically
track?
like it's like I would never consider myself as like someone that's good at rap or like
Right.
that's good in music or anything, but like so everything like that's why I hope like people when they see like my TikTok account they can tell that like I'm actually doing this like for fun, like, and definitely not because I think like whoa I'm like the best rapper in the world, that kind of like that vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all like the songs that I make like on TikTok are just like supposed to be like for satire and like
Yeah.
for fun.
Yeah.
And so like I used to do these for my friends. So like I would make like a rap for like my friends to like point out all the things of like, you know, like when you're like playing and teasing your friends,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, oh, you think you're so cool, like it's like that kind of like teasing your friend kind of like song for their birthdays.
Right. Like Unpretty Rap Star, basically, right? Something like that.
It's like you pretend that you're on Unpretty Rap Star, but obviously the level of rap is not as cool as like whatever you see on TV. It's just like like you're making fun of your friend like for their birthday, then you'll be like, hey, like because some of like my friends are really into it, so they will ask me to do it for their birthday as well.
So, are you telling me that the first viral video that you had is non-K-pop related?
No, so this is like the premise of like why I did this video is like
Okay.
like so I in the past I used to make these like songs where it's just like dumb like making fun of something or like making something like that is not very cool into a song just for like fun.
Okay.
so the first video that went viral was like me talking about the groups that I like K-pop groups that I like, but in like a song format.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. So what? I gotta play it. Like I have to. Do you have the link by any chance?
When people play like my audio like in front of me, because I think it's very embarrassing.
It's interesting if you look at it, right? I mean, have you gotten to a point where, you know, you're probably in a bus, you know, going home or going to work or whatnot, and then see someone playing your video?
I would say like not exactly that, but like my friends would tell me that their friends watch my videos, and I think I'll get embarrassed from that.
Your videos are good. I mean, really, they are. So it's been popping up on my feed. So, you know, like it's transcending boundaries when it comes to it's like border of Singapore and Philippines is like, you know, not at all existent, obviously. It's because it's been popping up for like a while now when it comes to you know, TikTok, and I've been seeing it a lot since. And you know, there's a good number of people that view your videos. I mean, does that put some sort of internal pressure on you as well?
I think when I first started doing videos, and then like when I was really consistently making videos that like with the intention of like my video, like I kept telling myself that these videos have to do well, then I think yes, in the initial stage there was like that form of pressure, I think, like for myself to like always do like videos that I had confidence in doing well. But after a while, like I started to like just do whatever I want, I guess. Yeah, like when you realize that like, oh, like these are just numbers, so like there's no point like chasing for like a higher number, because like at the end of the day it's just like you should do things because they're fun and not really like I think like when you do things when it's fun versus when you do things because you have to, it's like the outcome is very different. Like the videos that you produce will be very different, I think.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like that mindset though. If you look into it as, look, I don't want to put some sort of pressure in me because, you know, I'm someone in social media right now, and you know, instead of following the trends, I'll just make my own one, and let that go viral at one point, which it has, you know, and a lot of people, you know, 200, 300,000 strong, like, you know, look at your videos every time. It's insane. There's one where like 2.6 million views. That is nuts. Obviously, it makes you happy, right? But like, you know, I just feel like this is such a tremendous amount of pressure on you. Do you still feel pressured in any way, or you know, because you just know that since you got a lot of followers, like, you know, it's gonna do well? Is there still like some sort of pressure?
Like, I think now when I do videos, it's not really whether the video will do well in the end, but it's more of like whether I am happy with like the video that I made. Because that's like fair, yeah. I think it's like I think I need to be like, because TikTok is really not like my job. Like I really have like a full-time job outside of this, and like so like everything that I get from TikTok is really just like a plus, I guess. Like it's like like I could survive without it. Like it's just like I enjoy making like TikTok content, and like I think the day that I stop enjoying making TikTok content is when like I will really just stop doing TikTok, I guess. So like whatever videos that I make, I guess like I don't really like, it would be great if like people like appreciate it as well, but I guess it's more of videos that I personally like, and like I think they're kind of funny, so like I would like to make them. So like there isn't that pressure anymore to like really like have my videos like do very, very well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, for sure. Good shit. Bring it in. Mel, I am still very impressed that you're here, and I am just looking forward to a lot of more videos from you. It's insane how very talented and dedicated you see that as dedication as well, obviously, because you post a lot of videos and a lot of them are original content. So I mean, good shit. Friggin' A. Good stuff. We'll get to our last commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more K-pop and TikTok stuff for you. And this would being a controversial podcast and having that image, I feel like this is going to be the controversial topic for today. So I'm just glad that Mel said, yeah, cool, I'm fine with that. So yeah, we'll get to it a little bit later on. But for now, let's get to a break. When we come back, more of the show. Don't go away.
Hey, this is Jacques, aka Arcady Blog, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
Hey podcasters. Podcasting has become a staple when it comes to new things to try, especially here in the Philippines. Check all of them out on your podcast players like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We also hope you can donate to the show for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. We want to get as much content out there as possible, and a small amount like this would definitely help us out to keep the show going. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Hey guys, do you use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, including this. And you can choose over a variety of artists or podcasters for your listening pleasure. So go download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow us on social media so that you'll know when the show will release a new episode. That's the Kingdom Pod PH on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you there!
Hey you. Doing this podcast thing for years now, I've always been an advocate to start your own podcast. Regardless if you talk about K-pop, science, news, politics, showbiz, start doing it because podcasting is growing very quickly, not just in the Philippines, but also worldwide. There's a whole lot of new shows out there, and we as podcasters need to stay informed in order to stay relevant. The best way to do that is with data, numbers, and analytics. Something to keep track of how you're doing. And the best way to get it all in one place is Podmetrics, your one-stop shop for all your podcast data needs. Podmetrics combines data from Anchor, Spotify, Chartable, Facebook Live, and YouTube in order to show you the real picture of how your show is doing. And when you know your show, you can grow your show. The best part is it's absolutely free. Sign up now at podmetrics.co. That's podmetrics.co. And don't forget to use the referral code TheKingdomPodcast. No spaces. Podmetrics, the only analytics you'll ever need for your podcast.
This is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
Welcome back to the podcast. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/report. You can donate to us as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account to help us keep the show moving forward for more seasons, more episodes. So please, if you want to support the podcast by doing that, go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. You're still with me, Yuki, and Mel here at Tacomels on TikTok. 250,000 almost strong followers on TikTok rather. It's insane. And again, I'm just really floored that she's here, and I'm really excited to get to talk to her about basically our last topic for tonight. Mel, now, I know you're a big fan of K-pop, obviously.
Yeah.
And I know, because you're into TikTok a lot, right? I mean, obviously you're not only a content creator, you're also, a viewer, a follower, right?
Yeah.
So you browse, the trends, you browse other videos, and, probably find them super funny as well. I wanted to ask you, since, this is a K-pop podcast, and a lot of K-pop idols right now have also done TikTok, wanted to ask you, which K-pop idol has the best TikTok channel for you?
I would say, currently Stray Kids has the best TikTok.
Wow, really?
Yes. I think like recently they started posting whatever they wanted to post, and then I think it's really funny.
When it comes to TikTok and K-pop, I almost instantaneously think of just one person, and like me personally, I find her videos like super cool and stuff. Do you know Sorn from CLC?
Oh yes, okay. I think Sorn. Yes, Sorn is also a really. Like,
she is
one of my
super
favorite.
funny. Yeah, she's super funny. She does like those dubbing videos, like voiceover videos, and then I don't know, her facial expressions are just on point. That's why I like how she does the TikTok stuff. So
Yeah, I think she's one of the best. Like, if she's like the only K-pop idol that really like posts content that really is like really relatable and like.
that's right. Yeah, she doesn't really
Like,
care.
you wouldn't expect her to be a K-pop idol, but
That's right.
it's like
Yeah.
people are always shocked that when they find out that wait, she's a K-pop idol because she's just posting relatable content.
That's right. I guess if you think about it like that, right? I mean, a lot of TikTok or K-pop idols that do TikTok have some sort of limitation when it comes to what they can and can't do. And
Yeah.
probably it's still at some certain extent, kind of controlled, right? But then here's Sorn doing a lot of just weird ass shit, and like it's just really funny, and it's working, And I guess that's why I like her. And I guess that's the word I'm looking for as well when you say she's posting a lot of relatable stuff. So, yeah, if you think about it, very everyday life, right? It's like you wouldn't
it's like
you wouldn't
she just
expect
saying it like
you wouldn't
Sorry?
expect it. Sorry, you wouldn't expect it from her.
yeah, it's like she speaks about like life like she's just like an everyday person, but she's a K-pop
Mhm.
idol, so that's why people are like taken aback.
Is TikTok also pretty big in Singapore?
I think like back like it only blew up because of COVID.
Oh, that's
like
fair.
everybody
Yeah.
was like forced to stay at home because there was like
That's right.
it was like a kind of like a half lockdown situation where people
Yeah.
were not
Mhm.
allowed to leave the houses unless like it was like for necessities. So
Right.
I think in that period, like a lot of people in my country started like to use TikTok because like like there's nothing else to do at home.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. If you look into it as if everyone's just at home, like we really can't do shit, right? So
Yeah.
I gotta do something to keep my sanity, intact. So
Yeah.
freaking A, good stuff. Okay, so here's another question for you, Mel. Which K-pop idol then do you want to see in TikTok? Like, do you want to start doing TikTok?
Like for them to have their own
Yeah, their
TikTok.
own channel. Yeah.
I would say I think I would like to see Felix from Stray Kids have his own TikTok
Wow,
page.
like his own channel. Interesting.
Yeah, like his own like channel to do whatever he wants.
Is he the funniest when it comes to their videos on TikTok?
I don't know if you saw like the most recent like viral video from like Stray Kids where he was dancing to like like the Let's Groove challenge.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, he did that.
Yeah, like I was like shook that like when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is real. I thought it was like I just
So
thought it was
edited
like
out, right?
an edited like video, but it was really him. And like I think he does seem like the kind of person that will actually like use TikTok. So I think that I would love to see him like have his own like TikTok page to do whatever he wants.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Do you have like any girl group or girl group member for the girl group fans out there that you want to start having like a TikTok channel moving forward? Can you think of one?
I think like I would like to see more of the Blackpink girls having their own TikTok like
Right.
pages, like because like Rosie is like popping off on TikTok too.
Yeah, like, she's really funny too. Like
Yeah.
it's very simple. They're very simple videos, right? But it works, and
Yeah.
it's very simple yet it works, and plus we get content out of them. So I guess if you look into it, like do you have like a specific member that you'd prefer start her TikTok channel first compared to the others?
I think like I like all the Blackpink members
Yeah.
kind of equally. So like whoever like creates their account, I would definitely
Mhm.
like check it out.
I'm a Rose bias, right? But
Hmm?
I'm a Rose bias. Like Rose is my bias. I like her best in Blackpink, but I feel that when it comes to TikTok, I would love to see Jisoo start
Yes,
her own.
Lisa's really cute and funny.
Yeah,
so I
because she's
think
like super funny, and she makes these like facial expressions that I feel that would just make a lot of people laugh, like in a good way, right? So
yeah.
I mean,
I
would
think
love for her to
Jisoo,
start
I
her
would
own.
look forward to Jisoo opening her own TikTok page too.
Yeah, I would like a Mamamoo TikTok channel as well. I feel that they're really funny, and they just don't care, especially when they appear like in shows. So they
Yeah,
just
I
don't
think
care.
that was once they came dressed as Teletubbies, right?
That's right. Yeah, in one Mama, I think. Yeah.
They got the concept wrong and they came
That's
dressed
right.
as like Teletubbies.
It's like, I don't care. I'm a Teletubby. Look at me. I'm Tinky Winky. Stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, they do that. And they're really they just don't care. Really. They stopped caring. Care in a sense where, look, I want to do this. I don't care if I'm going to be judged or be laughed at, but I'm having fun doing it. So, whatever, So that's what I love about them, and that's why I want them to start the TikTok channel, because I feel that they would definitely would have some sort of content there where it might be a bit edgy when it comes to K-pop standards, but knowing them, I feel like they're still gonna do it regardless.
Like they have their own like group channel, right? Like I saw
Yeah.
like I think there was one video that I don't know why it's like very like I still remember it like really strongly. It's like for Hawasa's
Yeah,
song like Maria.
Yeah.
Then she turned into a horse.
Oh yeah.
She used a horse filter and she just turned into a horse.
See, I told you they just don't care. They
Yeah.
really don't care. And I feel that that's going to be something really interesting moving forward to watch. Plus,
Yeah.
it's not far off. A lot of K-pop idols start TikTok channels every day.
Yeah, I think because it's similar to like Instagram. Like a lot of them have their personal Instagram pages. So now it's like
Yeah.
since TikTok's on the rise, they will start like their own TikTok pages.
Yeah, I guess it's a less intimidating platform if you look into it, right? I mean, Instagram's already always been there. It's not because TikTok is less of a platform than Instagram. Obviously, it's not, but it's a less intimidating platform because Instagram had always been there. It's been used by tremendous amount of people, famous people. How you say, even presidents, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
totally fine if you have like another platform that you can go to and just do your stuff with. And I feel that because TikTok is a platform that is very laid back, as far as content goes, it's very laid back. It's not as long as the YouTube videos, and it's not as short as Vine. And you get to talk to people. It's kind of like podcasting in a sense too, where you don't really have to have like, a 3-4 hour show to have a show. So that, I guess that goes with TikTok as well, where look, I can make a 30-second video and that's content already. I don't have to do the YouTube thing where I need to edit like a 20-minute video every single time I do content.
Yeah, like I think because I used to intern for a YouTube company.
Oh, that's cool.
So like I think like editing wise, it really takes a lot more effort for like to actually do like YouTube videos versus like
Yeah,
a
for sure.
TikTok video. Like it's definitely like a lot less like time consuming, and like you can really just focus on just making like a good like 30 seconds versus like a long like 10-minute video.
That's
It's
right.
like,
Yeah. So when you here's a quick question for you, Mel. When you do TikTok videos, do you edit all of them on your phone?
Actually, like I usually film on like my normal camera, and then like as in like my phone camera, and then like I will export the video and edit it on like Final
Okay.
Cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the kind of like in lack of proper term, I think that's kind of like the professional way to do it as well, because a lot of them, and obviously TikTok compresses your file so it gets to like a lower quality when you post it, right? So you got to get a decent camera. I guess that would definitely make sense. Because sometimes I get to watch videos, right? And that's why I wanted to ask you that, like for me to know, because sometimes you get like a very grainy video, even though you filmed it like with a very good camera phone, and then you have the HDs and using your like I don't know like $20,000 freaking camera to film, right? So I guess like that's why I wanted to ask you that, because it's very interesting that some of us like for your channel, for example, you have really good I say video quality, but I feel that if I compare it to like other videos not coming from your channel, it's just a very different thing when it comes to using their phones.
I think it's like if you film in app, it reduces the quality even more, I guess.
That's right. I mean, because it compresses it and then you render it using your phone. I guess that's kind of like another thing that you need to take into consideration. Plus, it's video content at the end of the day. So, what I can pick up from that is that obviously if it's video content you have, then your video has to be really good looking, right? It's like you can't really expect them to watch like a 360p at this day and age video of you, I don't know, dancing booty music, things like that.
Actually, I think some like K-pop groups, like for their TikTok videos, it's really like 180p, and then
see, I guess they can get a pass on that, because they're famous,
they're
right?
K-pop idols. So people watch their videos anyway.
Yeah, regardless, like if it's like 20p, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm gonna watch that, that's Rose dancing whatever, and it's at 20p. I don't care. I know it's her. So I guess if you look into that, it's weird, like within that aspect. So yeah, freaking A. Mel, you are again amazing. I wanted to ask you, as just the final say for this episode, what's your advice to everyone who wants to start a channel but lacks the confidence to do so?
I would say to just go ahead and try to do it, because like I think like initially when I first started using TikTok, like I saw a lot of other K-pop TikTok people like on my For You page, right? Before like I started posting content when I first downloaded the app. And then like I also just like kept thinking like, oh, I want to make content like them, but then like who is gonna watch my videos? Like what's the point of me trying to like, because like at that point, like those people that I were like seeing on my For You page, they had like 100,000 followers, and I'm like, oh, like I don't know how to even start. But I guess like if you just try, like you'll never know whether like your videos, like people would want to actually see your videos and everything. So I would say if you have like an idea that you want to try, you should just like go ahead and like, because like there's no harm in trying, because there's like the worst that can happen is that no one sees your video, and then like okay,
yeah, that's totally fine, right? Yeah,
like my first few videos that I made, like nobody watched them, like they had like 30 views. So like I think it just takes like one viral video to like really get like your page started. So I think like to just keep trying until you find an idea that works for you.
I gotta check out that viral video that you have. Like, I'll probably watch it right after this recording. I gotta watch that diss track.
No, that one wasn't a diss track. It was more of like, it's just
like an intro, right? Yeah.
Random K-pop groups.
Good shit. Good stuff. Mel, again, like I lack the adjectives to freaking describe you. You are amazing, and thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to interview you on this podcast. Again, for the people that that want to follow you, where can we find you? What social media accounts do you have?
I'm only mainly on Insta and on TikTok. I don't really use any other platforms other than this. So like I'm Tacomels on both platforms. Yeah.
Good stuff. Mel, again, amazing job. Please keep on doing it. Hopefully you don't get tired that easily, and keep on making content for a lot of people. Obviously, I guess in lack of proper term, we see a lot of us from you, because we didn't really, we can't really start it that much, but have that sort of inspiration towards making good content. So please just keep on doing it, and good luck to your future in TikTok, and hopefully we can get like another guest thing once you reach like 500K. Just get an update, maybe, Mel, right?
If there ever has a time where I come to that amount, yeah, definitely.
Oh yes, okay. I'm gonna take you up on that rain check. All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much for having me on this podcast.
Of course. I mean, Mel, you're amazing. You're lovely. And please just keep on doing it. Thank you very much for everyone who tuned in. This is Mel from TikTok. Follow her on TikTok and on Instagram at Tacomels on both. And yeah, Mel, that's the show. Bring it in. Good stuff. So excited to post this. Jesus Christ. I feel like it's going to get a lot of traction, so thank you very much. That's the show, you guys. Again, you can follow us on social media at The Kingdom Pod PH. So that's all on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans. No, I'm kidding. We don't have OnlyFans. But yeah, basically Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can check out our website once it's up. We'll post it on social media. It's on thebunkph.com/The Kingdom Pod PH. That's the show. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.
The Kingdom Podcast is executively produced by The Voice DJ Yuki and co-engineered by senior producer Jason Aguayo. Special thanks to the Kingdom Podcast creative team. You can like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Anchor at The Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and any other platforms you use to listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.